Anyways, we're finally here, so thank you for coming. Everybody give them a round of applause. And thank you for coming. I'll go ahead and introduce myself again for those of you who showed up late. I am Josh Prado. I'm the president of the ASL Club. We'll take the opportunity to ask them some questions, and then we'll open it up to audience questions and whatever you guys may want to say as well. So we can go ahead and start. I'll let him introduce himself first. Hi, my name is Eric Hoover. I know that one of those interpreters. Hey! Anyways, thank you for inviting me.
Hi, my name is Natalie. I said before.
Hi, my name is Akpo.
Hi, my name is Julian. Last name is complicated to pronounce. It's Moiwai.
Hi, my name is Taylor.
Okay, thank you all. What school did you graduate from? I graduated from Grand Cayman University, and I did my master's program at UNF.
I'm currently a student freshman here at UCF.
I graduated Monarch High School, and then I went to Florida Atlantic University. Then I'm currently in a law enforcement academy.
Well, I started going to a deaf school until about second grade, and then I transferred into a mainstream setting until college, where I went to RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology, where I graduated in 2012. And I worked to pay my bills.
I'm currently not a student right now. I'm just a eighth grader, but I'm trying to transfer up to Alabama to become a clinical lab technician.
Great, thank you so much. First question. I'm curious how you guys identify yourself as deaf, little d or big D deaf, hard of hearing, hearing, oral. How would you identify yourself and why? Culturally, I'm big D deaf. That's how I would identify myself. You know, I really love sign language, and it really does have a culture. You know, to many deaf people, they may not believe that deaf people have culture. But Americans really don't realize that, you know, they have an American culture themselves, and every country has their own culture. So we have our own customs and habits that relate to our culture. Some are positive, some are negative, depending on the opinion, but I identify myself as big D deaf. I use ASL, and I usually hang out with deaf people all the time.
I identify myself as deaf little d because I'm like mainstream. I'm the only deaf person in my family. I've never like exposed a lot to deaf culture, community, whatever. But like I cherish ASL, I cherish the deaf people. I love to like hang out with them, whatever. So yeah.
I consider myself hard of hearing, mostly because I've been exposed to a lot of hearing people and those surroundings, and I have little interaction with the deaf culture with deaf people as well. But still, I know sign language and we raised with a lot of deaf people. But I just consider myself hard of hearing.
I identify myself with hearing loss. I guess that would be little d deaf. And really, I consider myself the same as you. I just can't hear, you know. I'm very active in the deaf community, however, and I cherish sign language and culture and everything. I like the medicine of hearing people sometimes, though, hanging out with them. And, you know, I like to consider myself in the middle, half and half.
I consider me, I guess, little d deaf and hearing impaired because, like, I have hearing aids and I can hear, but I don't always hear everything. So I'm in between both worlds.
born deaf? Did you lose your hearing at an early age? How did you become deaf? I was born, traditionally, the doctors, they would hit the baby's butt, and supposedly instead they hit my head and my hearing fell out. I was born deaf. I don't know why. My parents found out when I was 2, and so from there they did different interventions, and that's it.
I was born deaf. My parents found out when I was 13 months old. I have like a deformity inside of my ear that like makes me deaf. So yeah.
I was born deaf because I was pretty much a bird, and I was born 7.5 months old, so this size of the palm of my hands. So that's the reason maybe not fully developed. I don't know, but so my parents didn't find out till later on when I noticed that I don't recognize sounds, just walking around.
I became deaf when I was 10 months old. I have spinal meningitis, and so it got me.
My parents found out that I was deaf when I was a couple months old because I had an uncle, so my mom sort of recognized that I wasn't reacting to loud noises, and they thought it was weird that I was sleeping a little too well at night.
Okay. So growing up, when did you learn sign language? As soon as they found out I was deaf, they put me in a school. We were up in New York, and they taught me speech and sign language at the same time. So that's when I learned. Oh, and also, when I went to the mainstream school, there was no interpreters, and I stopped signing. And in high school, my freshman year, I went to FSDB, and so I started signing again, and I remembered the signs, and I really enjoyed it there. I had full access to communication. When I went to school and I had to speak, I didn't like it, but I understood when I went to the deaf school, so I understood 100%. Question? How did you learn sign language? Okay.
When my mom found out I was deaf, she like, I used to live in Maryland, and she like went out to Maryland School for the Deaf, and she asked them, can you like have a representative or someone like come to my house and like teach my daughter sign, teach my mom sign, everything. So like a couple times a week, a deaf representative would come to my house, like 2 times a week or whatever, to teach me sign, my mom, my dad, and everyone sign. So.
Because I was born in Guatemala, deaf person there is really nothing, and they consider deaf stupid, mute, and deaf. So they had to make a decision on what to do with me. One of the guys came in and noticed, what's that, and they told my mom, there's a school program in Miami there, and the rest of the program, they should really go. And my mom decided to go to Miami, and she was always, to the classroom, and the kids are talking. Yep, they're there and they're talking. She was sure. They're talking. So they were back to grandma and told my grandma and grandparents, no, they're talking. So they decided to make a huge list to come up here. So they decided to move up and go to school in Barrow County. And they found little elementary school. They have a program called SOAP program. Yeah, the same elementary school.
Yeah, right there.
So when their first decision, they decided to put me in a whole class. I would talk. But nothing. They said, okay, just move to the sign language, see what happens.
When did you start deaf. My parents found out, and then they took a sign language class at a community college, and they picked it up from there, and that's how they communicated with me. And my parents were very involved in my language development, and so I was able to communicate with everybody. So I'm glad that they did that. That's my preferred language.
Well, when I was younger, my mom got me like taught to do sign language, but then when I started talking, then they kind of quit doing that, and it was just full from there.